Hello friends, it's me, Shin, and today I'm coming to you from the southwest side here in the valley where I'm going to ITS Sushi. Really happy to have you along. I'll see you inside. Alright everyone, and here I am seated at ITS Sushi. Now I was getting my wallet wrecked over at the Durango, which is about 5 minutes away from here, and it put me in the mood for some all-you-can-eat sushi. Maybe I can try and eat back some of my losses. Now when I looked this place up on Yelp, it was very highly rated, and then I recalled I actually really liked the location over in Chinatown. And as I walked in here, I was very impressed. A nice open floor plan with many half booths and booths for seating, brick and wood tones, and fun lively music. A great vibe in here. Regardless of the vibes though, you know, it's all about the food for me, so let's take a look at what they have to eat on the menu. Alrighty, so here is your menu at ITS Sushi. We'll start with the beverage menu here. Let me flip it on over. Feel free to take a pause in the video if you'd like to take a closer look at these drinks. We've got the sake up top and some soju here as well. You've got your draft beer and some wine down here. Looks like they serve Coke products. That's my jam. And there's your beverage menu here at ITS Sushi. Now it's about 2:50 here in the afternoon on a Saturday, and while I probably could do some drinking today, I actually want to do a little bit of work later on when I get home, and so we're just going to keep it to a Diet Coke. Let's see what they have to eat next. So here is your all-you-can-eat menu at ITS Sushi. It looks like it's about $35 a person here, all day, every day. Taking a look, you've got some rules, 90 minutes. Everyone has to do the all-you-can-eat. Have to eat all the rice. And excessive waste will be charged for the a la carte prices. So let's take a look. We've got some appetizers here. Things like egg rolls, onion rings, shrimp tempura, Korean fried chicken, something called It's the Shit, and it's a must try. Well, I mean, how could you say no to something like that? Soups and salads here. Miso soup, seaweed salad, and some hot plate stuff. Beef bulgogi, you've got spicy pork bulgogi and corn cheese. So a lot of Korean influence here. Let's take a look at the classic rolls. You've got things like tuna rolls, salmon rolls, all of your standard rolls, your California there. Let's see, yum yum scallop roll, spicy salmon roll. This is all looking really good. Spider roll. Yeah, this is great. All your standard and classics here. You've got your donboris, your rice bowls. That looks interesting. And then you also have your sushi here, your nigiri. It looks like you also have some seared nigiri down here. So slightly cooked, obviously seared. That sounds nice. You also have some nigiri specials here. All looking really good. And I believe any of these that are in the they say one next to them. That means you can only do one per visit, per person. And you also have some yubu here. All really nice looking. Grilled fish up top. Looks like their daily availability may vary. You have some skewers here. Okay, so a lot more than just sushi. A lot of cooked dishes. And then you have some spring rolls. That looks really nice. And that's the front of the menu. Let's flip it on over to the back. There's a lot going on here, so feel free to take a pause in the video if you'd like to take a closer look at these rolls. But you can also do any 2 rolls here for $15 if you don't want to go in on the all-you-can-eat menu. But a lot of really great looking stuff. Some baked rolls here. Some interesting roll names. Something 69 roll. The Monica roll, yeah, some creative names here at ITS Sushi. All right, some spicy rolls for you here. Something called the Kiss of Fire, call 911, oh boy. Some fried rolls as well. And let's see, what else have I not shown you? Okay, some special rolls here. A lot of the ones here only have one next to them, so you can only try them once. We'll try some today. And you have ice cream for dessert. And that's your menu here at ITS Sushi. A lot of really interesting options here at ITS Sushi, and a lot I'm looking forward to trying today. You know how it goes in my videos, every restaurant is a buffet if you're willing to pay, especially if they already have all-you-can-eat options. So I'm gonna get my order in, and we'll start with some appetizers. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. First off, the egg rolls. I'd say a pretty standard looking egg roll here, and it's served alongside some kind of a reddish sauce. We'll give it a dip. Egg rolls. Yeah, not bad. Pretty sure this is a prepackaged and frozen Cisco truck egg roll, and that said, it is prepared nicely. A nice fry to these egg rolls. You've got a very crispy exterior and a very soft vegetable center. Nicely seasoned cabbage and carrots make up the majority of the center, but there are some nice faint hints of garlic and ginger here. In general, this is fine. A nice sweet heat from this chili sauce. Definitely more sweet than it is heat. The majority of the spice dissipates quite quickly. All said though, this is fine. Totally passable egg rolls here. Next up, Korean fried chicken. I wasn't expecting to find Korean fried chicken here on the menu, but it looks pretty good. Hopefully it tastes good. Let's see how it is. No, that's pretty good. A nice satisfying crunch to this. A relatively crispy batter to this chicken. A nice fry to it, though I will say the batter is a bit on the dense side. The chicken is pretty good though. Nice and tender, relatively juicy. It's also been well seasoned. The chicken inside is pretty good. A very tasty yangnam sauce here. A little bit spicy up front, but quickly gives way to a soy-based sweetness. A little bit of umami amps up the flavors here also. I do like the sauce. It's all rounded out by a little bit of nuttiness coming from the sesame seeds. This is all fine. Unexpected but good. I like the Korean fried chicken here. Next up, bulgogi kimchi fries. Again, definitely something I was not expecting, but I'm always up for new flavor combinations. Bulgogi kimchi fries. Unfortunately, I can't say I'm the biggest fan of that one. Now, there are parts of this recipe that are quite nice. Surprisingly, the bulgogi is quite good. A soft and tender beef, a nice marinated flavor, garlicky and sweet with a good soy base, and a little bit of a caramelized sweetness coming from some onions. That's actually enjoyable. The mozzarella cheese, I'm a little bit indifferent on. It's certainly rich, mild in flavor, but it does make the dish quite heavy. Speaking of heavy though, the worst part about this dish are the fries. They're not crispy in the least. I don't think they ever were. They're incredibly oily. So much fat from the cheese is just rendered on top of these fries. It makes for a very heavy and overbearing bite. The potatoes themselves seem a little bit under also. Texturally, this is just not satisfying. Unfortunately, the fries are just really not good here. Not bad bulgogi and cheese though. I think I'll just take those on their own. Next up, it's the Shin. Looks like a hollowed out pepper that's been tempura fried with some kind of filling, as well as a spicy mayo sauce. Thinking about all those together, it sounds pretty good. Let's see how it tastes. Yeah, it's pretty good. I really do like the tempura fry to the exterior of this pepper. Light and airy in texture with a wonderful crisp. It makes for a very satisfying bite. Now, what I thought was imitation crab is actually some spicy tuna with a little bit of a fry to it. It's very tasty. And you do get a creamy richness coming from the spicy mayo. Speaking of spice, there's actually something with quite a bit of kick in this. I imagine that's the pepper. A very warm aftertaste. In fact, I can feel a bead of sweat forming on my brow. In general, though, I would say this is a nice tasty combination of flavors. An enjoyable appetizer right there. All right, everyone, so that's all the appetizers I'm trying today. I'm gonna go and work through this, and then we'll do some sushi next. Don't worry, I'll be right back. All right, everyone, so my sushi has started to arrive, and my nigiri got here first. Let's go and give this all a try. Now I have some salmon, tuna, albacore, and yellowtail here. I think I also have some mackerel on the way, but this is what got here first, and I don't want to let it sit. I want to kick things off with the salmon. I'm going to dip it into my soy sauce and wasabi mixture. Typically my favorite cut of sushi. Let's give it a try. Oh, that was very good. A really nice start to the sushi meal. I love the ratio of fish to rice. They're not taking advantage of you here. They really load you up with that fish. The salmon has a mild and sweet flavor, relatively soft but not falling apart. And I'll say they actually do have a really nice sushi rice here. A little bit spongy in texture, not too gummy or sticky. Just enough rice here to act as a solid vessel for the sushi. I'm very impressed. This is really good. If the salmon is good, I already know I'm gonna have a great time at an all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant, so I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'll be trying the tuna next. Already have it dipped in the soy sauce. Let's give it a go. Yeah, that's good. Perfectly good tuna sushi here. A little bit firmer of a texture than the salmon, also with a nice mild flavor. And my soy sauce and wasabi are doing a great job providing accent flavor. I mean, 2 for 2. If your salmon and tuna are good, you're in for a solid time. Next up, the yellowtail. Let's give this a try as well. Oh, it's very good. A very nice yellowtail sushi. The yellowtail is a little bit more sweet in flavor and just slightly more delicate in texture than the salmon. And you've got a solid quality yellowtail here. Nice fresh flavors. The rice is still doing fantastic. Additional salinity and umami coming from my soy sauce. That was very enjoyable. I'm starting to get converted. I actually really like the sushi here so far. Next up is the albacore. We got this dipped into my soy sauce mixture here. And I do typically like to use a fair amount of wasabi for some spice. Here's the albacore. Yeah, it's good. Now the albacore is the most firm fish that I've had of the 4 so far. A bit of a chew to that fish, still balanced out though with the texture of the rice. Now the albacore has been dressed in something, maybe something like a sesame oil and mirin solution. There's a little bit of tang, a little bit of sweetness here, but also some pepper flakes providing some spice and kick. That's not bad. Truth be told though, I can't really taste too much of the albacore. It really is mostly the flavor of that dressing. It even overpowers my soy sauce. Not that it's a bad flavor though, it is still enjoyable. That was a fun one. And the last nigiri roll that I'm trying today is going to be the mackerel. This arrived on its own. I'm going to give it a dip into the soy sauce here. Let's give it a try. Yeah, it's good. Now, typically when you go to an all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant, mackerel is typically going to be the most fishy flavored sushi you're going to get. No different here. You absolutely get that strong fishy flavor. But I believe this has some of the same solution from the albacore before. A little bit of sweet tang helps to neutralize a bit of that fishy flavor. I think I actually like that dressing here much more than I did on the albacore. An enjoyable fish for sure, though. That was a nice mackerel today. Alrighty, and my 2 cut rolls just got here, and this is looking pretty good. Let me give you a view. I got a yum yum scallop roll, as well as a shrimp tempura crunch roll, a classic, as well as one that was recommended to me. Let's give these a try. Start off with the shrimp crunch roll. Pretty sure that the shrimp crunch roll was the first sushi roll I ever had in my entire life, even before I had a standard California roll. I really didn't get into sushi until much later, but I certainly enjoy it now. Let's see how it is. Yeah, that's good. You have your standard shrimp crunch roll here. Crunch is in the name and they make it very apparent with these colorful tempura crisps. A nice light and airy crisp here. A pleasant sweetness is coming from that imitation crab salad. Nice amounts of sugar there. Very soft in texture, that's great. The shrimp tempura inside this roll was very good. A nice crunchy exterior, while the shrimp actually retains some of its chew. Oftentimes, an issue that you'll run into with shrimp tempura like this is that it was cooked so long ago that you don't get any crisp, and the shrimp itself has become quite mushy. Not the case here. I guess I came at the right time. A bit of a refreshing flavor coming from some cucumber in the aftertaste. All in all, a nicely executed standard shrimp crunch roll here. I like that just fine. Next up, the Yum Yum Scallop Roll. Now this was a roll recommended to me by my server. We've got a nice chunky roll here. We'll dip it into some soy sauce and we'll give it a taste. Yeah, it's pretty good. A lot of nice elements to this roll. To start things off, I really do like the rice here at ITS Sushi. They really do have a good sushi rice here. Great neutral flavors, solid texture, always makes for a great sushi roll. A nice sweetness coming from that imitation crab, and a bit of a spongy texture from the scallops. You definitely get that in there. Unfortunately, their flavors don't come through all that much. A creamy and sweet richness coming from that yum yum sauce, as well as a little bit of bite from that green onion. All said, the roll is pretty tasty. I kind of wish that the flavor of the scallop was coming through a lot more, but otherwise, this is pretty good. Now, while I continue working on these, I just got my order in for a lot of those one-time only orders, and I'll see you in a little bit when they arrive. All right, everyone, so the first of my premium items just started to get here, so we're gonna go right in. First off, this is the salmon belly. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a dip into the soy sauce. Salmon belly. Yeah, it's good. Now, oddly enough, between the two, I actually think I do prefer the normal salmon, but the salmon belly does make itself distinct. It is very rich, quite fatty. It leaves for a very oily mouthfeel. Now, for me, the salmon belly was quite slimy. I wasn't really enjoying the texture as much as I did for the standard, and I think that's probably the biggest detractor for me. Otherwise, I would say the flavors are superior to the standard salmon. Certainly not bad, though. That was enjoyable. Next up, negitoro. This is something like a chopped up tuna. I have it dipped into some of the soy sauce here. Let's give it a go. Yeah, it's good. A nice soft texture to the chopped tuna here. It's very tender and you actually get a very rich tuna flavor. This is good. There's something akin to a very thin cream sauce. And I will say it is a bit on the salty side. In fact, I don't think I needed to dip this into the soy sauce at all. There's actually a little bit of garlic and green onion in here, providing some good flavors also. This is a tasty bite of negitoro. Just slightly less salty. I would like that a lot. Next up, this is the sashimi roll. It looks like a thin cucumber slice that's been wrapped around just pure fish. I see the name sashimi roll fits here quite nicely. Hopefully this tastes good. Sashimi roll. I've got some mixed feelings on this one. Now, concept-wise, I should enjoy this quite a bit. Not a lot of filler, just pure fish. But unfortunately, you don't get to taste any of it. Throughout my entire bite, the only flavor I had was cucumber. And while refreshing, it was legitimately the only taste that I had. The fish had a nice texture, I was chewing through it just fine, but no flavors were coming through on my palate. It was strictly cucumber from beginning to end. Given that fact, it actually leaves a lot to be desired here. Can't say that's my favorite, unfortunately. Next up, poke nachos. Now this is a recipe that's found its way into a lot of all-you-can-eat sushi restaurants, and I'm quite happy for it. When done well, this is really good. So hopefully it's done well here at ITS Sushi. Let's give it a try. Oh, it's very good. This is a very well-executed poke nacho. A lot of great flavors coming together well here. The first element that has to be correct is the wonton chip. It can't be too greasy. It needs to have a light, airy crisp to it. Because of the delicate flavor of the fish, you don't want that nutty flavor of the wonton taking over too much. The salmon here at ITS Sushi was really great today, and so I find it no surprise that it's great on the poke nacho here. Sweet, mild flavors and a nice firm texture. Really good fish here. A little bit of a briny sweetness coming from that seaweed salad, and a garlicky, creamy richness coming from that yum yum sauce. A little bit of bitter coming from the radish here rounds out the bite. All in all, this was very good. Enjoyable poke nachos, I like those a lot. All right, everyone, and the last sushi roll I want to try today is one that my next server really recommended. That was his favorite. This is Son of a Beach. Looks like there's eel and salmon that I can see. Certainly flavors that I enjoy. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, it's good. I really like this recommendation from my server. You already kind of know my thoughts on the salmon here at ITS Sushi today, so it's already going great here. But this is the first eel sampling I've had, and it's marvelously good. It's a very soft and rich eel with a wonderfully sweet and smoky eel sauce. The eel is definitely good here at ITS Sushi. There is a spicy mayonnaise here, and it is quite spicy. Right around the middle of the bite, you get a nice kick. It's eventually mellowed out by the creaminess of the avocado, and then it all concludes in a well-balanced bite. A flavorful one here. Son of a Beach is very good. All right, everyone, so that's all the sushi I'm trying today. I'm gonna go and continue working through this, and I'm gonna try a couple more specialty items. Don't worry, I'll be right back. All right, everyone, so the first of my premium items just got here, and this is the chicken skewer. Now, they actually give you a single chicken skewer here, which is kind of funny to me. I want to say most yakitori orders come with twos, but I'm starting to get pretty full anyway, so I guess that's not too big of a deal. Let's give it a try. Yeah, not bad. Now, the number one order of business when it comes to any yakitori is going to be whether or not the chicken is dried out. And I am happy to say that the chicken here is actually still quite juicy. That said, one side is definitely more caramelized than the other. I wouldn't exactly say it's giving a burnt taste, but it's on the border. Something like a lightly sweet teriyaki glaze has been applied here. A little bit sweeter than a standard robata sauce that I've had in the past, but it is working well with this chicken. That's fine. I think my biggest issue is that for one of their specialties that you only get a single order of, you get a single skewer here. I think two would just be nicer. And also, if they kept the cook on both sides a little bit more even, I would like this a lot better. Next up, I got the chicken teriyaki here. Another dish that you can only get one per person per visit, and hopefully this is a little bit more impressive than the skewer. Let's see how it is. Yeah, not bad. A much more even cook to this chicken than I had on the skewer. And so you do have a soft chicken meat here. It's quite juicy, satisfying to eat. Unfortunately, I do think the chicken is quite over-seasoned. It's very salty in the aftertaste, and ultimately that does make it a bit unpleasant. The teriyaki sauce here is nice. It does seem a bit different from the robata sauce that they had on the skewer. A little bit less sweet, certainly more caramelized flavors. That is nice. A little bit of nuttiness from that sesame seed, as well as some bite from the green onion. All of that is fine. If they were to tone down that salty aftertaste, this would be so much better. All right, everyone, and the last bite that I'm trying today is going to be their katsudon. It is a pork katsu bowl with eggs, onions, ginger, and green onion. And I've got a nice big spoonful here. Let's give it a try. Yeah, it's good. It's a pretty good tasting rice bowl here. I really do like the rice here at ITS Sushi. Nice bouncy texture, good neutral flavor, perfect for both sushi as well as a bowl like this. The pork katsu, while not the most crispy exterior, actually does have a nice flavor to it. Nice seasoning to that pork as well as the batter, with a soft, succulent texture to the meat. That is pretty good. The signature item in a Japanese bowl like this is going to be your onion and egg omelet, cooked with a little bit of sugar and soy sauce. It makes for a very delicious bite, and between the richness of the eggs as well as the caramelized sweetness of the onions, you do get a really nice flavor here. Just a little bit of spice coming from that ginger, and just a little bit of bite from that green onion rounds it out. A very nice katsudon here. That was enjoyable. I like that. All right, everyone, so that's all the food I'm trying today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap all this up, and then we'll do just a little bit of dessert next. Don't go anywhere because my sweets are coming up. Welcome back everyone. Now my dessert just got here and this is the affogato ice cream. You have choices from green tea, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, as well as affogato. So I went with the affogato here. And the cereal on top is a nice touch. And while I am super stuffed, there's always a little bit of room for some dessert, right? Let's activate the dessert stomach. Give this a try. Oh, that was good. An interesting but tasty affogato ice cream here. We have some store-bought vanilla ice cream, and it's being stored at a proper temperature. It's still creamy, not rock solid, with an enjoyable sweet flavor. Good vanilla ice cream here. You actually do get a nice bitter flavor from that espresso here. It comes toward the middle of the bite, and oddly enough, the crunch from the cornflakes here is what makes this so irresistible. That extra crunch is so satisfying. I'm finding myself really addicted to this. I can't stop eating it, so it has to be good. I like this a lot. All right, everyone, so that's gonna do it for my dinner here at ITS Sushi in the southwest side of Las Vegas. Between my Diet Coke and my all-you-can-eat experience, it came out to about $41 before tip. I really had a nice time. A good sushi restaurant needs good rice. They've got that down pat here at ITS Sushi. And some of your most staple fish items like salmon are really good here. And some of their extra menu items are quite good, the poke nachos being the standout for me. If you're looking for a solid all-you-can-eat sushi experience in the southwest side of Las Vegas, I think you're gonna be really happy with ITS Sushi. All right, everyone, so that concludes this Tuesday video where I check out a local spot here in the Las Vegas Valley. Now that the F1 Grand Prix is over, I'll be able to make my way back to the Strip. And so this coming Saturday, I continue my quest to vlog every restaurant on both the Strip as well as downtown on Fremont Street. Make sure you come back for that one. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great week and hope you enjoy Vegas with me, Shin. Bye.